Hello everybody, it's Hannah and welcome back to It's Not Me, It's My Basement. Last time we completed the game and unfortunately, little Emery died. Well, presumed dead. She went into the basement full of monsters. The doctor died, Dr. D-Light. If you haven't seen it, you can click the upper right hand corner, wait to the end of the video, and you can click on the end screen card. Those are the two places to go. I forgot where I saved, but I know I saved long enough to where we can skip the whole beginning, pretty much. This is the mother teaching her daughter how to grow flowers. The head gets cut off. Poor mom. I still have... They're just banging on the door. They haven't done that. Should go check, right? So, last time we fed the monsters until they ate Dr. D-Light. This time, the plan is not to feed any of the monsters. They're hungry, but what do I do about it? I already fed them dinner. I have to try to save as much food as I can, but if they're hungry, I can't just let them. No, I already fed them, but they can eat until morning, right? Well, that's that. Morning, I have to make breakfast. I also have to do chores today. What chores am I doing today? I probably should make a list like Mom used to do. Breakfast? What can I make for breakfast? I'll just get whatever's in here. We still have butter and stuff. Yeah, I'll just make another sandwich. Yeah, I should use it. Better let them not go hungry. Just went shopping yet. Breakfast is ready again, but there's something I have to do in here. What was it again? Go to the calendar. Right. Today's the 4th of the month. I almost forgot to write it down. So, she's been dealing with this for 4 months by the time Dr. D-Light's been there, and it's kind of heartbreaking. If you think about it, this is probably maybe a 10-year-old. It's definitely a kid who can at least take care of the house, so maybe 7 at most. I mean, 7 at the very least. 12 at most, because if she was 13, they wouldn't call her a kid. You don't call 13-year-olds kids. Unless you're a douche. But isn't there normal feeding time? Emery? Are you there? Mom? Emery, it's okay. Mom, I know you must have been scared, but everything's better now. You can open the door. No, you aren't my mom. What's that now? If you're really my mom, tell me something only she would know. You're not gonna open the door? Really, no. After everything I do for you. Stop it. My mother would never talk to me like that. Not after being gone for so long. Alright, kiddo, this isn't funny. Oops. I meant to stay silent. It's okay, it's probably just being quiet. Poor Emery. Hi. I need fresh air. I don't think there is a way to save Dr. D-Light because this game is very much linear. Because the game's so linear, I don't think there's a way to save Dr. D-Light. I think Dr. D-Light dies no matter what. So does Emery, because last time I tried to run away, but Emery but it said you have to go and go to the basement. It was the only way to end this. There we go again. I just hope. Never touch the cheese wheel. I don't know if there's an inventory. It doesn't always cut it. Okay, that's a dinner thing. I'll just throw it down. Bed. Everything's fed. I'm going back to bed. If I was a kid in this situation and I had the monsters locked in my basement, I promise you I'd be out the door. Let the monsters stay down there until they break down the door. And by the time they break down the door, I'm in the next country. This is where the dad is teaching little Emery to paint. In the end, when they show the paintings, Emery paints herself sitting in a corner while the dad paints the monster. They're banging on the door again. This is the second night in a row. Are they still mad? What am I supposed to do? I know food isn't the only thing they want now. But food will also calm them down. I need them to be calm. So if them out there, I ate. What am I gonna do? I can't just give it to them. Oh, I gotta suck through this. This morning I have to make breakfast. How much food do I have left anyways? I might have to go back to the market one day. Maybe there'll be meat today. That's what keeps them full. But I have to give them breakfast. I usually try to avoid a piece of cereal, but it's not the easiest to transport. Poor little Embry. Go again, even though it's just cereal. All of it together should at least be enough for breakfast. Better go. The chains here aren't the strongest, but they do what they need to do. I don't know what actually keeps Emery here. Because if I was her, there's these thick-ass woods they have to get through. Then they have a ton of people at the market. I'd call an exorcist. Or I'd tell them that my parents were eaten. I am starve in the basement is probably the best option. Starve him in the basement while she runs. Miss Baylor? What if I just left? Yeah, I'll go home. Everybody in the market's waiting for me to talk to the doctor. Poor Delight. The little girl. I do like how his optimism and how his character model is certainly different. Everybody else is blackened out, kind of downtrodden, especially in the world that she lives in, where everything is character design. Even though D. Light is definitely about to be dead, he seems like a beacon of hope compared to Emery. Emery is kind of like downtrodden. She's given up. She just knows if she keeps feeding it, she'll be safe. And Dr. D. Light's here is like, I can help, I'll help, I'll help. But she's, even his character model kind of suggests that he could help. It's just unfortunately not the way that Embry needs him to help. She needs him to, she knows the only help she needs is, here we are. What room is this? What's this room? This leads to the dining room. Mom always hated it because it's so far from the kitchen. She was gonna switch the furniture around, but yeah. Okay. So her parents are in here. My. Why are they locked up? Because the monster's in the dark. I want to know what your matter is. Did Embry kill Dr. D. Light? Or was his death an accident? Because if you remember the last video, she opened the door and told him he can't go down. She would open the door for him, but he can't go down. She opened the door and told him he can't go down, but he went down anyways, and as she was trying to hold on to his sleeve, he slipped down the stairs and fell down. And poor Embry closed it behind her. And the monsters were finally feeding. We also got to see what the monster looked like because of Dr. D. Light. Seems like a long way down. The light switch, it's at the bottom of the stairs, but I think the light's burnt out. Well, let's go down. What? I said we could open the door. I didn't say you could go down. What do you mean? Of course we have to go down. That's the whole point, isn't it? No, you can't. I really let go. No, please let me. It's time for bed. I have to know. What do you guys think? Who killed Dr. D. Light? Was it the monsters? Was it himself? Or was it Embry? That was louder than the other times. I need to go check. I'm gonna save real quick. Actually, I'll save a little closer. The basement door is open. I didn't open it. I definitely didn't lock it before I went to bed. So how is it? I have no choice. I have to go down there, because if I don't... Okay, it's okay. You probably noticed, if your basement looks like this, then there's a cut scene of chasing happening, which is why I'm saving so often. Now another question with the Dr. Delight situation. Is it Emery's fault the monsters came? I forgot how long this hallway was. It's terrifying too with the splashes. It's been a while since I played this game. I played this game while I was in Florida. You're Embry. Why do you look like that? You look surprised. I don't see why. I thought by now you'd realize you and I are one and the same. That can't be right. It can't. Why can't it be? Oh, that's right. It's because you think we're a monster. And that's not you, right? You're not a monster. That's what you think, right? Monster, monster, monster. We're monsters, but you're not, is that right? How does that make sense? You're not a monster? You pushed the doctor down the stairs. What are you talking about? No, I didn't. He fell. I kept tugging on his sleeve and he stumbled, he tripped. I didn't push anyone. But you opened the door for him, didn't you? You opened the door, then begged him not to look inside. Why did you do that? He wouldn't have tripped if you let him go. He wouldn't have tripped if you kept the door shut. He wouldn't have even seen the door if you didn't let him in. Maybe he wouldn't have been there to begin with if you weren't such a monster. Why'd you bring him here? Oh, Embry, what are you gonna do with yourself? What have you been doing all this time? Feeding, 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 and for what? You think if you feed me, I think you feed me because you like it. It makes you feel better when you do, right? You feed me, and you feel better. You feel safe. Nothing's coming to hurt you. And you know, funny thing about that is, day after day, despite how much you're feeding me, I'm still hungry. So Emery imagined a purple version of herself eating her. It's just a nightmare. But it's gone long enough. And this is the end. There's nothing left to eat. I hate how that painting looks like you're staring at you. And that is the full game. It's not me, it's my basement. So, things I like about this game, things I don't. Number one. I don't like how linear it is. I know. Unlike most horror games where it feels like even though it's linear, you still have choices. This does not give you so many choices. This gives you like maybe a few. And the biggest choices are when it's time to feed at night. Oh, it looks like there's multiple endings. Nope, it only has one. So, poor Embry here is stuck alone, and that's kind of sad. To imagine a kid whose parents died and somehow she got it in the whatever she got in the basement was haunting her. And for 4 months she is trying to feed this thing, but it keeps getting hungrier and hungrier to the point where Embry doesn't know what to do. Her lie's gotten too big because now the townsfolk got her a doctor. And because they got her a doctor, she accidentally killed someone. But I want to hear it from you. Did she kill them? Did the monster kill Dr. Delight? Did she kill Dr. Delight? Or was it Dr. Delight's fault for pushing Emery to open the door? My personal opinion of this game is very well. This is actually amazingly well done. And it tells a very unique story, one that makes you feel sorrow for the little girl, because no matter what she does, she's losing. She's fighting a losing battle, and the only way I wish she could do is just run away at the moment you can go outside. I wish you could just run away, because that would make it a much happier ending, even if that's probably not the most resourceful thing to do, because by the time the monster opens the door, it would be way too weak to chase after her. She'd be long gone. And yeah, I feel really bad. But that's enough of this game. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Hannah, and I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye!